Good morning, drum and drummer.
Sorry. Keep that. No, you do what you want. Okay.
Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast focused on drums, drumming and drummers. I'm George Pickering and that's Ben Winty, and we are both professional drummers in this business we call music. So stick around and join us as we pass the time whilst trying to stay in time.
It's surf green.
George
Pickering. It's surf green.
It looks lovely.
No, but seriously, it's surf green. Thanks.
Rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll, baby. Well, now you got to keep the whole thing.
Yeah, no, just start with that. George, good morning. How are you doing?
Oh, good. How are you?
Yeah, good. We got a guest today. We got the magnificent.
For the first time in a while. Do you know what? I didn't even check. Should we see when we first tried to line this up? I didn't plan this, but let's do it because it'll be funny.
While you look that up, we've got the magnificent Josh Cappers on the show. Playback, MD, drummer extraordinaire. Yeah, been wanting to have him. I think you messaged him ages ago, and we finally snared him. Got him on the show. Right, I'm just going to start with a little bit of hospital chat.
Hang on, can I tell you? I messaged him 16th of July, 2023.
Wow.
It's been 2 years. And he said, podcast sounds great. I'm away till next week, perhaps Tuesday. I said, would Thursday work? And then didn't get a reply. And then about a year later, hey man, sorry for the delay. You're still up for the pod. We couldn't line up a date. And then he messaged again because Gabby got in his ear and was like, do the bloody podcast, you know?
Yeah.
And,
thank you, Gabby.
Thank you, Gabby.
And he listened to a couple and he went, do you know, this is bloody brilliant. What am
this
I doing?
Is so good.
I'll
come on in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and he's on.
So, yeah. Go on. Right, what hospital chat have you got?
Anyway, so obviously Mum's in the hospital. As a time of recording, she's still there. But I sent you this, and there's so many signs up in hospitals, right? So many signs, this room, that room, this, you know, and they're such big places and they're weird. But there's a sign in like every room, and you know you get those like, I can't remember what they're called, but it's a word and the first letter they use as like a phrase. Yeah. So this one I saw in the hospital, the 7 key pressure ulcer prevention strategies, right? Are we asking the right questions and implementing the right strategies? Now, asking, they wanted another S for another S word. So we've got assessment, skin inspection, surface, keep moving, incontinence, nutrition, giving information. But what it actually spells out is asking.
Yeah.
And we had a chat about, someone knew what they were doing with it.
Yeah.
Someone had a laugh there. Yeah.
There would have been, from my limited knowledge of things like that, there would have been so many like meetings and just different designs of stuff, and it would have just got past people. Be like, are you sure? Who signed this off? You know,
slipped in the asking. So anyway,
slipped in the asking.
Well, let's just get straight to the chat, shall we? Because it's bloody brilliant.
I mean, we could have done, but you started going about asking.
Yeah, I know, but you got to like fluff the pod with something, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to have a cold open, and we've opened with the asking. And now on to the MD playback drumming king. It's Josh Cappers.
Cheers for doing this, Josh.
Oh, mate, thanks for having me on. My first podcast. Let's go.
Is it? Oh, cool. I'll take that.
Yeah, my first one.
We've tried to. I don't know if we've started yet. We kind of just start talking, and then it's like a gradual, you know, in. But we tried to do it 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man.
And then I said to you, "Can you do it?" And you said, "I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I'm not so busy." And then a year later, I think you messaged again.
Yeah, because I listened to the episode with like Woody and Gabby and all that, and I was like, "Oh, I should. This looks really fun." And Gabby was like, "Just like message George, like have loads of fun." I'm actually seeing Gabby after we finish.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. 'Cause she's with Bastille, isn't she?
And it's literally down the road from my house, which is great.
Oh, is it? Oh, fair, perfect. Well, maybe thanks to Gabby then for, I don't know,
locking us in.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Are you doing anything with the Bastille tour? I don't know if you were
nothing.
on it.
Nothing. I'm pretty much just James Marriott for the rest of the year now.
Oh, okay. So is that who you were with in America?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with him. What have you got lined up for the rest of the year?
Yeah, so we just literally got back from America yesterday, which was good. It was a month. It was pretty
nice,
full on, but it was great. Like,
yeah,
I've really not done much playing this year. Like for the first time, like I think I've done like maybe 5 playing gigs this year. It's been all playback, so
wow,
or MD stuff. So it's been nice just to actually feel like I'm a drummer again, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, we did a month in the States doing sort of like 200 to 500 caps. And then, yeah, we go 6 weeks UKU, 2 roundhouses. It starts being time coded and lighting and all that stuff. It all gets a bit more serious, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
Wow. So are you in charge of, even though you're drumming, so is it to track as well? Is it playback stuff as well?
Yeah.
So are you doing all of that, or is someone else doing it as well?
Still me for now.
It's all you. Wow.
All me. Yeah. Yeah. It's just we were going to have shout out to my buddy Joe Hall. Do you know Joe?
I know Joe Hall. Yeah. Because we used to
legend.
both have a room at Toga when Pat had Toga.
Of course. Yeah, so, that was when I would have. So I moved in with Joe there initially, and I must have moved out.
That was it. Yeah.
But yeah, so Joe, he drum techs for me on James, and he does like some of the guitar stuff as well. He was gonna take it on, but just with how I've done it for a month in the States, like it just kind of makes more sense. But yeah, so playback, drumming, MDing on that. It's a lot, but it's great. Like it's just they're all like some of my best friends. It's really nice, mate. It's nice. You should come to the Brighton show. There you go. Putting it out there.
I will. When is it? If I'm free.
Sometime in November.
Got you. Perfect.
But we'll sort that out. Sort out in post, mate.
Do it after the pod. Yeah, because I was watching some of the videos and you were hitting it hard. It was cool. It was like I think I'd seen things before where perhaps you're playing with Arthur Hill or someone else, and I was like, this James Marriott gigs. That's a heavy hitting gig.
Well, our front of house guy Rob, he like his first gig, he came up to me, he was like, "You're a bit of a jazzer," and I took it very personally. So
as you should,
Ben has a story like that.
I've lost out on gigs from just misperception. Like I did a wedding, and it was like extreme sound limiter, so I just had to like play really quietly, and then the bass player like didn't put me forward for depth gigs because he thought I couldn't hit hard, just from that one gig. Very frustrating.
There's nothing wrong with hitting light, you know.
Yeah.
Look at everyone wants. What a drummer. He can hit hard though. My God, he can really hit. He can do everything.
So obviously we won't delve loads into playback, but is it sort of, has this year perhaps been more playback centered than drumming centered?
What, this year or in general?
Oh, I don't know.
Both. I don't know anymore, mate. The lines get a bit blurred. You know, you say yes to putting the laptop behind you, and all goes wrong. No, I'm messing. I'm very grateful for all the playback jobs I've done. Like, it's quite unconventional. Like, you know, I was always a player. I started drumming and running Ableton just like in Brighton with bands, and that was how I learned. That's how I like made loads of mistakes and learn how to do it. And then, you know, you start doing one playback gig, and there's just so much of the work. There's so much playback work, more so than drumming this year for sure. And it just, if it's what you want to do, great. And I love it. I do love doing playback still, but it's, you know, so it was always drums and music first, right? So I'm just trying to re-lock in with that side first, and then, you know, playback will always be there. It's something I always do.
Yeah. I mean, you were saying about, we didn't quite finish your story of your sound engineer.
He called me a jazzer, and I took it personally, and now I hit really hard on the gig. And if he tells me to play quieter, I tell him, "You call me a jazzer? Hey man, game's the game."
So with that, have you found like perception of yourself career wise? Steered to playback, and have you felt maybe like, don't forget I'm a drummer at heart?
Absolutely, and I think there's so many of my good friends who are playback guys, and they drum as well, and they're great drummers. And I think if it's, as I literally just said, like if it's what you want, there is so much work. And if you're looking for a career and constantly working, it's amazing. And if you do have that itch to play, it's so difficult. And I think such a niche topic of drummers that do playback. A really good friend of mine in the States called Destin, we were chatting about doing playback, and I had like a weird glitch happen on my tour just now, and Destin just messaged me, I'm going to start an AA for drummers that do playback.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's quite apt. Like it's something you can just not get stuck in. It's not a negative thing. It's great. You're working. It's awesome. But it could quickly become playback and Ableton. And you come back and it's like, I do enjoy the drums as well, you know?
Yeah.
Have you done playback for any artists where you'd rather play the drums?
Do you know what? I've been really lucky in that any gigs I've done with drummers on them, they've just been phenomenal drummers. Obviously you're there like, this would be really fun. Only a couple though. I think I've genuinely only done 2 playback gigs with drummers, and one was with Destin, who I just mentioned. That was with Jordan Adetunji, and Destin is an absolute monster on the kit, incredible drummer. And then the other one was Ragged Bone Man with Ben Thomas, who is also an absolute monster on the kit, who I've known for years. So
Yeah.
not in like I wish I was playing, just more in like this looks fun, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But for a long time I was just doing like vocal to tracks, so just playback and artist. Which weirdly was kind of what I just ended up doing for a little bit last year.
Yeah. So I've got one more question, and then I'll move on, because we won't talk about playback forever. But who taught you? Because you're genuinely, whenever I ask people, looking to learn more about playback, you're the name that comes up.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know what I'm doing, mate.
They're like, have you spoken to Josh yet? You know, and but like, did you? So you say like when you starting in Brighton and playing gigs and running tracks, it's like, was it a sort of? Did you have anyone teaching you it, or was it all trial and error? To say like it's got to a place. I mean, obviously you're doing it for Central C, so it's like you've learned loads. Obviously, was it kind of was it trial and error, or did you have some sort of like mentor?
Not mentor per se. Like I sort of see it in like 3 big parts, I'd say. The first one was like wanting to get into it. So I used to love like Pendulum, right? When I was young, drum and bass. I was obsessed with rolling kits and electronic music and how they did it. And just from that, for whatever reason, sort of, I'd say it would have been like 2018, 2017. I was like, if I want to get onto gigs as a drummer, I'll need to know playback. For whatever reason, that was what I thought in like 2018. And a good friend of mine in Brighton called, do you know Miles Sargent?
I know the name. I haven't actually met him yet. But,
so Miles was sort of the first person that showed me the ropes. So Miles is playing drums for Japanese House now. Lovely dude, great drummer. And he was like always the Ableton wizard. And also Jomo Crew.
Yeah. I play football with him a lot, yeah.
Yeah, Jomo was the first person to sort of put me onto like pop gigs way back when in Brighton, and the first person I saw using Ableton in that sort of way with drum racks and using it live. So that was the early part of it. Then I went to like a Joe Clegg course. Joe Clegg, amazing musical director and drumming for Louis Tomlinson now. He did like a course, which I think you could still get, Ableton Live for Drummers, which was awesome. Yeah. And then he did like a day at Metropolis, February 2020, I think. So just before lockdown. And I met so many people who did the same thing as me. So like a good friend of mine, Charlie Singleton, Andrew Burrows, Chrissy Lopez. I'm definitely forgetting some people, but they're all working professionals who are drummers and playback people and are amazing. And then the third one is probably like when I first got onto Central C, and I ended up working with a music director called William Bauman. And it seemed like just the meticulous standards that he works to and Joe works to. It's sort of formed from there, I think. And a lot of trial and error. Getting things wrong or seeing how to do stuff. I always wanted to do it from a space of live shows. Like it was always like, how does this work as a music director, rather than like talking about network switches and Dante. Sorry guys, this is cut us now. Crazy.
Well, that's a perfect segue to move on to musical direction, because that's something you do as well. I mean, we could focus on the Charlotte Plank gig because that's
a great one.
an artist I've seen Gabby play with a few times now.
Were you at the gig a few weeks ago?
I went to the Water Bear one.
Oh, great! How was it?
It was good. Yeah, yeah. You weren't there.
I wasn't there.
Pat was there though. Woody was there.
And what did I miss?
The whole gang. The whole gang.
Oh, gutted.
Yeah. So there was another. Oh, it was Great Escape. That was the first time I saw her as well, I think.
Yeah, that was...
Was she with him? Oh, no, I can't remember. I don't know. They're all blurred into one, seeing Gabby, different artists. But, so, with something like that, so, you know, the role of an MD, what's a good way to ask this? What does it mean to you, like, within that band,
it's like
project?
It's like when someone asks you, like, what does Christmas mean to you?
No, I don't know how to ask. I'm kind of asking, what do you do? But like, I just wanted to make it sound
I think
nice,
everyone does, mate. Everyone does. What do you actually do?
Yeah.
It's super different for everyone, I think. Like, I think I first started with it in my very, very first band, in terms of, like, I always wanted to make the show a show, you know, like do a cool intro and, like, what songs would work well moving into each other. Oh, this one's a similar BPM. And I think it's just from not enjoying production as much and enjoying live music a lot that I just kind of see it as live music production. But the part I love is, like, you know, I love being in the room and working with a band and the artists. Like, you know, Charlotte Plank, that show's a great example because the band are just fantastic. Like, are so talented, and will just, anything I might suggest or the ideas they come ready with are just great. And then Charlotte as well is, you know, so talented and has so many ideas. Like, some shows you might be pushing what you think, and the artist might just want to be pushed, or pushed is probably the wrong word. They want your guidance, I guess. And whereas some artists, James is a great example, and Charlotte, they know what they want, and they've kind of got a lot of the idea, and it's your job to kind of facilitate that and maybe meet in the middle with some of your ideas. It's a lot. I see it a lot of, I love football, right? Love football. Brighton, come on. And it's a lot like just being like, you're like the coach, or like the head coach, or you're the, you know, you're the. I heard William Bauman on a podcast once say it was like being a manager of the club, and I'd always seen it that way. Basically, like, you're kind of band leader, responsible for everyone and everything. Like, it's not just music. Basically, I don't think you've just got to wear many hats all the time. Yeah. You know, I love it. It's great.
I'm going to ask a question that I've asked other people. I think it's a good question, and maybe it'll get us into something. So
tie us in.
The 2-part question. 1, whose drumming career would you love to have had and have? And separate question: if you could jump on one gig for an artist today, who would that be?
One gig.
So you can have drummer 1 will be you want their whole career. Everything, ups and downs. And the other question is, who would you just jump on to play with just for one show right now?
I think career-wise, I reckon Vinnie Colaiuta would have some stories, man. And also, I'd be able to play like Vinnie Colaiuta for a minute, and that'd be crazy. It'd be an older session guy like that, because also, like, they'd have been making bank in the 80s and 90s. So there is that. Yeah, I'd honestly say Vinnie. I think there'd be some stories, and also you'd have played with Sting, so life complete. And leading on to that, probably Sting, Chris Marsh, let me sit in the seat, please. Sting, or I'd just love to play Bring Me the Horizon for a show. That's like my Desert Island band. So,
did you see their Reading and Leeds set this year?
I was at Leeds, yeah.
Oh, you were?
It was absolutely ridiculous.
I watched it on the telly, man. That AR stuff was like insane.
It's crazy. It was crazy. It was like, that was the first gig I went to when I was like 16. I saw Bring Me at Ali Pali, I think. And it was just like, I think it just shaped my, artistic identity or whatever. Like, they made it such a show, and they always have. I think that's definitely played into like my onus on like shows, and they do it just incredibly well. It's mental. It was crazy show.
So when you got into drumming, were you into like Bring Me the Horizon before you started playing drums, or afterwards?
No, that was an after thing. My first band I remember loving as a drummer was Kings of Leon, actually.
Oh yeah.
So like that album Only by the Night, my brother used to love them, and so the early Kings of Leon albums really shaped my I love those albums so much. Bring Me was more when I sort of hit like angsty teenager zone, so like 15. Some would say I never left. But yeah, Bring Me are just like that band for me. Like we've all got one, and that's Bring Me for me. Haven't left. Still an emo really, but
we all are.
Just
is
hide.
that what got you into? Were Kings of Leon what got you into drumming then? Was that the start of it?
I was just like 10 and just started playing the drums at school, and I did this talent show when I was like 10. I just did like an open drum solo, and my mum came and she was like, "You didn't tell me you could play drums." And she had no idea what I was doing. I was just up doing a drum solo, and I wish there was a video somewhere because I bet it's awful. But that sort of, I then like got a drum kit, and I did a lot of Guitar Hero World Tour, if anyone remembers that game.
Yeah. How could you forget?
Yeah.
That was like a mixture of Kings of Leon, Guitar Hero World Tour, and then getting my first blue Boston drum kit when I was like 11. And now we're here, man. Great. Somehow. Wow. Skip.
I
done.
Love that. Yeah. There's no point in talking about the in-between. Yeah.
No, all the paradiddles with Pat Garvey. Don't worry about those.
Well, I do wonder how many musicians are out there that Guitar Hero are responsible for. Like, there's got to be.
That's a good point.
Yeah, James Marriott's bass player Sam, he like, that's how he started Guitar Hero. He's like a whiz Guitar Hero whiz. Yeah, like could still probably give in Through the Fire and the Flames on Expert a good go. Like,
I wonder, does it help in any way, like musicalness?
I think the drums it does, because when you just tapping, like
you just tapping, but
I don't know.
There's an element of coordination. So it's like, I heard guitarists, slagging it off, like, oh, it's nothing like playing the guitar. And you're like, yeah, of course it's not. It's a fucking game.
It's rhythm, in it. It's like...
It's building rhythm, and I guess just a little bit of limb independence of this hand does this, and this hand strums, And I guess with drums...
the other two in. Yeah, there you go.
Drums, you've got sticks in your hands, and you're tapping different bits and using a foot in time, so it's got to do kind of something. Yes.
What are you working on at the moment? Because obviously you're always touring and stuff. How do you keep your drumming? Are you still going to Pat, by the way?
I'm not. I've not been going to Pat for a little bit. So I moved to.
He said hi, by the way. I had a lesson with him today. I told him you were coming on.
Pat, the best, the absolute best. No, I moved to London a couple of years ago now, and we started doing online stuff, but like I used to do like 2 hours every fortnight with Pat, like
wow,
so through COVID.
What, in one go?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like through COVID and a little bit after that, I just locked in. We'd do 2 hours. It's the only thing I was doing. Do you know what I mean? It was
yeah.
And it was great. I owe Pat so much. Just a ridiculous player. Ridiculous. I'm going to catch up with him soon. Yeah, crazy player. So to answer your actual question, probably not the most model student answer, Pat Garvey, I'm sorry. I've not really been practicing for a long time now. It's more about maintaining.
Yeah. And
it's weird, the mindset you get into or at least I got into, of doing playback stuff and being on those tours. And on the face of it, you're going to have your practice pad. It's going to be great. And it's like, realistically, mate, I want to go and get a coffee. I want to be outside. Don't really want to be doing my paradiddles in my room, But a lot of my stuff now, since I've been back into playing, has been honestly just enjoying the instrument, hitting hard, and conditioning, because James's music is really fast a lot of the time. So just basically trying not to cramp up and keeping my 8th notes and 16th note game really on basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel a lot more tapped into my practice now. I've been doing a lot of like inverted paradiddles and variations on that, always double strokes. And if I get some time in pre-sound check or, you know, just after, just to kind of play and be comfortable sat at a kit. Yeah. Not the model student answer.
No, but I know what you mean though, because if you're gigging and touring and rehearsing, it's sort of like that's the learning. That's what you're learning at the time.
But this is it, man. I was that guy though. Like with Pat, I'd be like, I'll always practice. Yeah. He's like, yeah, man, but like life will get in the way.
Yeah,
it did. But yeah, I was a heavy practicer way back when. Like I did a lot of time just tap strokes and up stroke. Like I did a lot of that, and you know the foundations that you get with studying with Pat is just top drawer.
Are there any gigs you do that aren't to track or click or anything? Really?
Nope.
Yeah.
I have not done a gig not to track. It would have been a function. 2022.
Yeah. Wow.
And even then it was one of a few. So yeah, since I was in my first band 2017, 18, all to click, all to track.
Do you ever miss that? Do you ever miss the raw, just getting on stage and plugging in?
I don't really remember it. I don't really remember it. It's something I'd love to do.
He was born with a copy of Ableton and a click track.
Oh, man. It's going to be on my gravestone. Yeah, it really will be. No, I don't, because I don't really remember it. Like, it's just always been kind of part of the show, right?
Yeah.
It would be great to do, and it is something I've done a lot before, like do a bit of blues here and there with Matt. When we're jamming, we're playing to, you got to test the inner metronome sometimes, right? So I guess it's more like it's how the modern game works. Like it's just all to track, all to click, and it's just how it is. I would love to do it. Maybe I'll start a band someday and I'll just be completely anti-Ableton. I doubt it somehow.
Good
just
band
raw
name.
dog it. Anti-Ableton.
Raw dog it. Anti-Ableton. I could Auntie Ableton more like. She's always with me.
A man so busy as yourself, we've asked other people this, but when you're working with an artist and another opportunity comes along, how do you navigate switching jobs?
I've been really lucky so far up until this year where I didn't really have many clashes. I nearly did last year. I was meant to be out with Central C and they decided to move the tour back. So I was going to not be doing Australia with James Marriott and also the Arthur Hill tour I did last year. It then got moved to this year and it meant I couldn't go to America with James in April, and then I couldn't do all of Arthur's shows this year. So it was just you've got to toss up, okay, great, like there's 5 shows in America with James and that would be amazing, but there's also the best part of 3 months of work. James was really great about it. Joe Dept for me, Joe Hall, he does backline on the gig and he's a fantastic drummer, another Pat Garvey student. And it was just more about developing the trust with James of here's the problem, here's the solution. You've just got to trust me that it's going to be fine. And there's always like anyone would be skeptical, right? But you've just got to, it's also part of being a music director, I guess. Like they've got to trust you and it's just got to be in your hands that you are going to do the best for the gig. So yeah, it's a bit of all of that. It's a bit of sometimes more work is more work. Like this is the first year of my career, I'd say, where I've known what my year looks like. I knew probably last November what this year looked like, almost in full, which is really rare. I've never had that. So it's just playing it by ear, and you've got to make some tough calls sometimes, but you've just got to hope that it works out for the best. Like with Arthur Hill, it was different because they wanted someone for the whole run. So I then depped it to someone that I knew could do the whole run and they'd really like. My guy Connor Hopkins, who was doing playback for Charlotte at the last show you went to, George. You might have met him.
He's been on the show.
I mean, he's been on the pod. I didn't know he was there.
Yeah. Oh, Connor's been on the pod. Oh, crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, great guy. Great dude. So yeah, it's a bit of give and take sometimes. You've just got to kind of, there's no manual, you know. I think you've just got to see how it goes and maybe fuck it up once. And I didn't even ask if I was allowed to swear on this podcast.
Oh, yeah,
sorry, I just went and did it.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking amazing.
The best swearing we've ever had on this podcast was Woody, because
Of course.
we got to our last question, which I don't know if you know it, and I won't spoil it now. But he said, "Am I allowed to swear on it?" And we said, "Yeah." And then he said, "They can suck my big fat dick," or something like that. I'm like, Woody, my
good
God.
man. My good man.
Wow.
How
He's so
uncouth,
polite
Woody.
up until then.
Yeah.
It happens a lot with guests. Once they say, "Can I swear on this?" It's like something clicks, and then they change, and then they become
Oh, how long we got? I can squeeze me in.
filthy. Well, yeah, exactly.
There's
You got
a
it. Yeah,
challenge.
you've had like 40
Or
minutes.
5
of beer.
fucks and 2
Fuck.
cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, fuck. No, I don't need a second invitation.
Ben and I, we haven't spoken to a guest about their drum gear in a while, and I always used to quite enjoy doing that. What are you playing at the moment, Josh?
Oh, I'm playing Yamaha drums. I'm playing a recording custom. Should we go into what my actual rig is? Should I get into the
Yeah.
nitty-gritty
Is
details?
that the
please.
blue one? I really like the blue
Hey,
coloured.
It's
Yeah.
surf green.
Is
George
it?
Picker. It's surf green.
It looks lovely.
No, but seriously, it's surf green. Thanks. No, I'm only messing. Yeah, my surf green drum kit.
Yeah.
I'm not endorsed by Yamaha. I'm not paid to say that. Wish I was. Hey guys, hit me up. No, I've played Yamaha pretty much my whole life. So yeah, Yamaha recording custom. I just bought a 14x8 snare to match it. So 14x8 on the left. I've got a Ludwig Black Beauty as my main snare. 12x8. 10 by 7.5. So I switch them around because I'm a loser. And then 16 by 16 floor, 22 by 16 kick, which I just love the drums so much. I love the drums so, like, they are the best. Yeah, period. So good. Heads, I'm actually using P77s on my snares. Super thick. That's a new one for me.
Yeah.
I've basically got, if you couldn't tell, I love Deftones. So I've got my side snare tuned into like Abe Cunningham range. It's like St. Anger type, fucking cranked to an inch of its life, and I love it. Yeah, vintage A on top, coated Emperor on bottom. So I go coated top and bottom on my toms, which is a new thing, and it's great. Love it. P3 on the kick, loads of snare weights. And then, I recently moved over to Zildjian, which is a first in my life.
What were you before?
I was using Istanbul, AGOP.
Ah.
And I just fancied a change. Played some with Gabby's and I was like, oh, this is really great. And also James signed to a new management, and Ben, his manager, was like, look, we've got a great relationship with Zildjian. Would you be interested? And I was like, I'll give them a go. I'm not endorsed with them yet, but I've absolutely loved them.
Awesome.
Never played Zildjian in my life until now, so it's very new.
Yeah. That's mad.
That. I don't know. To me, that just is so weird. That like this is the first time you're playing Zildjian cymbals.
I played
Whereas
AGOP
for me,
since I
it
was
was,
17.
That was the first. When you buy a big boy cymbal,
Yeah,
Zildjian was the one. For
I know,
me.
right? I did have like a Zildjian ride for like a month when I was really young, which was my uncle's. It was just while I broke one or something. I can't really remember. And that was great. That was like a really old, thick studio ride. I think about it a lot, actually. I might buy one because it was really good. It was like what they call the organic ride now.
Okay.
Super thick, dry, was like from the 80s. It was sick. I would really like to get one of those.
You a dry cymbal guy?
I used to be, and I'm not anymore.
Okay.
I like cymbals with wash, especially on James's gig, because it's largely indie pop, indie rock music. If I'm there playing a load of thin, dry cymbals, they're just going to get lost. So even when I was with AGOP, I was using an Exist ride, which is their cheap line, but it's fantastic and it's pingy. So my ride's like I'll do the whole thing. So I've got 15 sweet hats, my first pair of 15s ever.
Wow.
Graduated.
So many new things.
I know. Too many. Don't know where to look.
Whoa, can't keep up. Yeah.
And then I've got 2 crashes hit. Basically, because I have done a lot of playback, I have all the drums and all the cymbals because I like it. What are you going to do? So yeah, left, I've got a 19-inch special dry EFX. I've then got an 18 cluster crash, 21 sweet ride, 20 sweet crash, 18 paper thin, and then I've got one of their like special effects stacks, one of the 16 ones, which I bought at Pro Drum Hollywood. Didn't need it, but when do we ever need a new cymbal? You don't.
Exactly.
And yeah, I'm absolutely like stoked. Like, they just do everything that the gig needs, and I like. So yeah, really enjoying Zildjian actually, and I think that's everything. SPD, Roland.
Oh yeah. Have you got the new one? I'm guessing.
I did. I bought the new one. Very kindly got looped in with the team at Roland, and they, you know, my SPD lasted for like 9 years. It was time, you know. And with James's stuff, whereas usually I'd be like using Ableton and drum racks and doing drum samples that way. With James's music, it's not as essential. So I'm actually using the SPD as a sampler rather than as a MIDI controller. So it actually made sense to get the new SPD. So yeah, for the tour coming up, I'll have SPD. I'll have a couple of PD8s just for little bits and bobs. And that's the drums. Drums are well fun, turns out.
Amazing. Love it.
Yeah.
Anything you're missing? Anything you still got your eye on?
Everything, mate. I would really like some 14 new beats, which I don't need an excuse to buy. So please, let's move on. No, I'm kidding.
2 pairs.
Two 13 and a 14. Thank you. No, I'm pretty good. I think I could go for another 19 there. You know, I could.
Yeah.
And a China. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't need a China.
And a
the
gong,
James Marriott gig and a gong. The James Marriott gig does not need a China at all. Could there be one? There could.
Yeah.
There always could.
It doesn't need one until you've used it, and then you go, actually, do you know what? That was pretty cool.
Breakdown.
Put your MD foot down.
Yeah.
This show needs a China.
Yeah. Perfect. That's what I'm there for.
Yeah.
Oh, Yamaha FP9 pedal as well. Crazy. Great. Best pedal on the market. Yeah.
Wow.
I sold a 9,000 for that, and I don't regret it.
Is that the like fancy Yamaha one with bits of blue on it? It's like
the silvery one with the really long footboard.
Yeah.
So good.
I played
so
one of them,
good.
and I was like, wow, that was good.
Yeah.
I didn't get one in the end. I did go for Pearl. I'm a bit of a Pearl.
Oh, what, the
pedal
Eliminator?
guy. I got the Demon XR.
Oh yeah, they're great. They're well good though.
Double pedal. Yeah.
Double pedal.
Fucking pricey, but
Bit of that. Bit of that. Love that.
So smooth. My first direct drive pedal actually, but it's
mine's chained still on this. You can change the FP9 though to be in direct, I think. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, fuck it.
Live your life. Who cares?
Go for it. Yeah.
Literally no one is the answer. No one cares.
No one's listening to this.
No one. No, if anyone's made it this far, everyone switched off when I started speaking about switcher tones. So if anyone's made it this far, congrats. You deserve a medal, a firm handshake and a medal, and a cup of tea.
I love that. Ben, anything else?
Yeah, well, Ben Thomas, when we chatted to him, he was very like, one thing you can do when you're touring all over the place, different venues, different festivals, all this sort of thing, is to make sure your setup is the same every time. Like, keep control of your area.
Control what you can control.
Control what you can control. Exactly, George. Thank you very much. That's a good job you're here.
Yeah. Look at you guys.
Yeah. Is there anything in your setup that you've done, or anything maybe slightly unique, or anything that you have, even like extra ancillary items like stick holders, anything like things that you have that just keep you your sort of comfort zone behind the kit?
Still finding it, I think. Like, this James run has really allowed me to lock in and like what I like. My kind of thing is, if I've got a Black Beauty there, I'll probably be fine. And usually as long as I've got a Black Beauty type thing here and something I can crank up there, I'll be fine. And cymbals super high, I'll be fine.
Can you explain for the listeners and me, what is it about a Black Beauty as a snare that is so good?
Mate, I don't even know, because I wasn't that bothered, and then I bought one and I was like, it just does everything.
I nearly bought one last year and it was like 900 quid, and I was like, oh, is it worth it?
See, this is the thing. I went into Graham Russell. Terrible idea. Shout out to Graham Russell though. What a place. I think that's the best drum shop in the world.
Great, isn't it?
Well, it's the only one left in England, basically. You know, it's sort of...
Even the ones in, like, it does its own thing. It's amazing. Anyway, I went to Graham Russell. I was selling some cases, I think. I was part Xing, and they were like, I looked on the floor, you know, when you go in and they've just got stuff that's just come in. Rob Perkis that used to work there, I was like,
oh yeah, a good friend of mine.
Yeah, great dude. Him and Jimmy are, like, they're the only people I know there. But I was like, is that a Black Beauty? He was like, yeah. I was like, how much? He was like, not on the website yet, second hand. I was like, what's wrong with it? He was like, nothing. I went, well, the stars have aligned, and I bought it, and I didn't regret it at all. Haven't regretted it ever since. I can't even describe. The thing is, like, the lugs do go on it, so you do need lug locks. So I've got some Top Banana lug locks on there, and they're great. And I've got it tuned, and it just stays tuned, and it is just... I don't know what magic they put in those, but they just do.
It's fast. I do need to go. I remember. So you remember Jack Pollitt from BIM?
Yeah, of course.
He was amazing drummer, and I remember him doing a lesson because we used to. I don't know. What did you do at BIM? Did you do the full degree, or were you?
I did the full degree, the whole 9 yards.
Full degree.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you do? So did you have that? Because you're a bit younger than me. That studio musicianship lesson with Jack. Yeah. So I remember in that.
Mine wasn't with Jack. Mine was with Ben Thomas.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. He started teaching there.
Yeah.
So I had it with Jack, and we talk about drum sounds and stuff. And I remember that was the first time I'd heard about the Black Beauty. And he said often in recording sessions, he knows that the producer will want the Black Beauty, but he's almost got so sick of it that he'll try different snares first, and they'll be like, oh, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it, and then he'll put on the Black Beauty, and they're like, yeah, whatever you just did, that's the one. And he's like, almost like, oh God, why is it so predictable? And he basically said that. I remember that lesson. He said, if you get Black Beauty, tune it well, you're fine. You know.
This is it, man. Like I'd always had that, and they'd been at BIM and stuff, right? I remember they had like the 14x5 new version in like one of the live rooms. It sounded great, but then it was like my first drum tech tour back in like 2021 or 2. I was drum teching for an artist called Leanne La Havas. Her drummer Dan C. If you guys know Dan, you should get Dan on this podcast. He lives in Brighton now. You guys should get Dan on this. He's
absolutely
hilarious, but he is also just one of the best drummers ever. He's like records on everything still. Like he recorded for Tom Jones and stuff. Incredible drummer. But to drum tech for him, I learned so much about being a player. But he had a Black Beauty, and I was obviously tuning. I was like, flipping, this is quite nice, isn't it? This is lovely. He had that and a 400, and I was like, this is great. I kind of get it now. And he had the whole, it's what I do now. I like totally ripped it from him. Sorry, Dan, but he has like his main snare low and the side snare high. Whereas I think it's quite typical to do low snare as your auxiliary snare, but yeah, nab that down. Sorry. Mega Beast Dan C. What a guy. What a guy.
We'll look him up for sure.
Oh, you should get him on. He's great.
Right, well, let's wrap up. Final question. You've listened to some episodes. Maybe you didn't get to the end of them. It's a question we ask every guest. Let's say Santa Claus has been kind enough to get you a timer bell brass, but he's not delivering it himself. He's popping it in the post with a courier. Who is your favourite delivery company that you would wish to deliver said snare drum?
Tracked, signed, the most expensive tracked, signed possible, Royal Mail. None of this FedEx nonsense.
There you go. Wow, good.
Royal Mail,
Thank you. Royal Mail. I'm here all week. Thank you.
That was great. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Straight in.
I always ask any bad delivery stories. Ben Thomas had some shoes that were put in a bin, and then
That's great.
bin bag.
Mark
bin
Pusey
bags
had
were put on top.
something sent down the street in a bush. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you know what? I don't, off the top of my head, I don't have a bad delivery story. I have a funny one in that when I went to Graham Russell to buy said Zildjian cymbals, got back to my studio in London, and I pulled out a top hi-hat, no bottom. So me and old Jimmy were yapping too much, and I left the fucking bottom head on, and I went, "Hello, guys." I swear I left it. And I got an email from Graham the next morning. He was like, "We found it. It's on its way." So
Amazing.
I think that's kind of related. That's just me being an absolute fucking moron. But
It is tricky at Graham because they're so friendly and you get chatting. And when you pay, you're like, I've got to make sure I actually take what I've come in for because...
which I didn't do very well at all.
Just a pile on that desk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was just like,
Drum
oh,
stuff.
look at all these symbols. Yeah, that was.
Did you buy them
pretty
all in
dumb.
one go?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's amazing.
Not to do too much detail, but I sold some cymbals on the same day, and I did what I would call the drummer's version of a Britney Spears. You know,
Yeah.
I shaved all my hair off, and that was changing my whole cymbal shtick.
Did you know you were going to go Zildjian that day? Or
I did, but I was Zildjian or Peisty. I was close. Yeah, I love everything that George Daniel and Freddie Sheed do. And they're Agop, and there's a lot of Peisty in there as well. Especially George Daniel, he's playing Peisty now, and they sound great. But yeah, Zildjian, it just felt right at that moment in time. It felt
how long
right.
were you in there?
I think I was in there like a good. I mean, Jimmy is amazing. He was like, dude, because I've known him for quite a while. He was like, dude, you'll love this, and he gave me no bullshit. He was like, don't play that because it won't suit what you're going for, and he was just so right. So I wasn't in there as long as you'd have thought. Like I was in there for a good couple hours, but I could have been in there all day, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always say Graham Russell is on the way to any of my gigs that are west, you know.
I'm so
and
sorry.
I always pop in to get some sticks. And it was a good story the other day when I went in and I said to Graham, I'm literally just buying some sticks, Graham. I don't want to get distracted. And then Graham just looked at me and just went, get distracted. And then I bought a crash, you know, because it was like, but you know what? But it didn't feel like it was that much money because it was 150 quid.
Bargain. Whatever it was.
Yeah. And I was just like, well, that 100, that's nothing for a crash. Basically, they gave it to me, you know?
Look, mate, you could pay 400 quid for it, and I'd say, great deal, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
If you ever need a yes man, I'm here. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Well, I went in to buy a Z Custom
Oh, yeah.
just to get one of the reissues because I used to have one when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, have you got any Z Customs in? Like, yeah. And they were like, oh, we've got these AZ Dino hats. They're not even on the website yet.
Wow.
And I was like, can I try them? Yeah, bought them.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less than 200 quid. I mean, like, come on. You know.
I still kind of want a Mega Bell, like a Zill Mega Bell ride. I saw, so we were in, I can't remember where we were, but we were basically doing the same venue as Cannibal Corpse. You guys remember Cannibal Corpse?
Cool.
Yeah.
So there was indie pop music here. The geezer doing all of that in the room next door, and I looked on side stage for the end of their set, and the fella was just yamming this Mega Bell, and I was like, could be me.
Yeah.
There's no, you know, I think could buy that. Maybe I
Yeah.
will.
Up on
Graham,
the
what have
list.
you got?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll have one. He'll absolutely
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah.
He will.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your time, Josh.
Thank you so much for having me on. My,
Pleasure.
my,
Glad we
first
could
podcast.
Finally get it
That was
sorted.
great. I'm glad we could break you in.
Oh.
God, sorry.
Losing my podcast virginity.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
We lost ours years ago.
But yeah, guys, if you want to come to any of the shows, please.
Yeah,
it'd be
I'll have a look.
pleasure.
Yeah, I'll see when.
When's the tour
Ben,
start?
wherever you are. We go out on the 1st of November. Pre-prod starts in a couple of weeks, and all will be well. But yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Absolutely.
So much fun.
Cheers, Josh. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, chaps. Thanks so much.
Bye. There we go. That was our chat with Josh. What fun. What good fun.
What good fun. You haven't done that in a while. Do you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed having Josh on as a guest because it's been a while since we've done this. That's got to be the longest we've gone without having a guest.
It has, and it's my fault. It's my fault because my summer's been fucking mental. You know, we all know. Close the blacksmiths, demolish the blacksmiths, build Little Piggy Studios, go to Vegas, get married, mum's in the hospital. It's been crazy times.
It has been crazy times.
Crazy times, but you know.
But yeah, great chat.
Yeah,
and yeah, lovely.
Have
lads.
you got anything to just finish this episode off with?
Oh God, that's a question. That is a question. Clearly not.
Clearly not.
Clearly not.
That's fine.
I mean, we could discuss Josh. If you're about, go and see him on his James Marriott tour.
Of course,
in the UK.
course.
But it sounds like they're probably sold out or getting sold out. So, you know, it's...
But don't let that stop you from trying.
Don't let that stop you from trying to get in, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get in on the guest list.
Yeah.
It sounds like the guest list is pretty big. Although I can't remember what was left in on the chat because Josh was one of those brilliant guests where we finished the podcast and then speak for another half an hour. Do you know what I mean? I always enjoy that. And then we'll be chatting and it's interesting because I won't go on about it, but it's, you know, that's when people relax, you know? And then you get moments where you're like, oh, this is now better than the actual interview. So, you know.
Well, maybe you stiff through the old Zoom video and see if there's anything exclusive you can put on the YouTubes, innit? Yep.
That's what I was planning. Well, great. Good stuff. You got anything else to add?
I really don't think so, mate. I'm absolutely gagging for a spag bowl right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you already got it cooking or have you got to start it?
No, I've got to start because she's at yoga. So Wednesday night, spag bowl night. That's my job.
Nice.
You know, Billy's kicking around. I think he's just done a shit.
Is this still the episode? Are we still?
Yeah, but let's finish. Let's finish now.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone's
thank
bored.
you, Josh.
Yeah, thank you, Josh, mate.
Time.
That was lovely, and hopefully we'll I think because you know we're going to try and we thought about we're going to try and see Bastille in Brighton as well.
Yeah. I need to talk to Gabby about that.
Yeah, sort that out. Worm my way in, please. And,
exactly.
Go and try and see
it's
James
about time
Marriott.
you try and worm your way in. I worm my way into so many things. You could do the same, you know.
Don't need to worm. I'm just happy sat here alone. But the thing is, this is the new shift in my life dynamic now, is that I'm free every evening. That's apart from function gigs.
Yeah.
I don't have this fucking babysitting.
Yeah, but we recorded the episode yesterday. I could see it. You could not wait to get away after we'd done the recording. Do you know what I mean? Oh, the wife's back now, you know. Yep. I can't chat to you for ages now, George, because I have a wife, you know. I haven't got a wife. What about me, you know?
Yeah, but you got a full-time job, which means we can't record at 10 o'clock in the morning anymore.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's very true.
I miss the bread days. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Drum and Drummer. You can find us on Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast. And you can send us an email to drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Remember, just pick up the sticks and twat it.